Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Rex here, and welcome to a Team Fortress 2 commentary. To be playing as the Black Box Soldier, using the Black Box, the Concher, and the Market Gardener, of course. What other weapon is there for Soldier that's a melee that isn't the Market Gardener? Mind my phone going off, people are texting me, I'm sorry. And sorry if there's any random noise and me coughing in the background. I am still coming off a bit of a cold. Also, my house is very dusty right now because we have all of our windows open and whatnot. We're airing out our ventilation. So, first things first in this commentary, minus my cat deciding that he's more important than the lovely viewers, is school. School for me starts in about 1 week, so I only have... Ooh, that delicious long-range rocket. I have literally 1 week until I go back to school. And this time I'm toning back a lot of things. I'm going to upload less regularly, which has been pretty known for the past little bit of time. Also, that amazing surf I just pulled off. Uploading a lot less regularly than I normally used, or than during the last 2 semesters, where I was forcing myself to do a daily regimen, which honestly I feel it kind of killed me a little bit on the inside, and made my content a little less enjoyable. It felt like more rushed for, you know, more assembly line style content rather than quality content that I can actually make good. You know, for instance, like a long Team Fortress 2 commentary that's just live where I just go and play. I'm not like, oh, I gotta record a video today, so I might as well, or I gotta record, I gotta think of something funny or edgy to do, as, you know, something like that. Whereas, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is, because in speaking with some of my subscribers, I just live streamed that I did a while back, I was like, hey, since you are a subscriber to me, or you might be a subscriber, or you're a potential subscriber, whatever, what would you like to see me do? And the one thing that one of the viewers, the only one at the time, said to me, he said, hey, I'd like it if you did more Team Fortress and more Minecraft stuff. And I said, okay. I can work on that. That gives me a gauge as where to direct my content, which is really extremely helpful. I always said that I was like, I'm open to any games that you guys want me to play. I am still open to that. I wouldn't expect anything too exciting from those. Otherwise, just a commentary on the game itself. Otherwise, yeah, I think it's gonna become a... You know, Minecraft will be somewhat regular, maybe twice a week, and then there'll be other videos dotted in there. Can't necessarily guarantee certain times. Got him. A random rocket. So that is all of that I wanted to talk about. With school starting, I was going to tone back my schedule a little bit, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later as well, in a little bit more depth. The next major topic I wanted to speak about, which is the whole situation. If you have me on Steam, you see that my name is no longer Smoke Wreck. And there I go and I die. It's so perfect. Smoke did disband. Last Monday it marked its death of it. It was born sometime 3 years ago. I can't give you the actual date. But last Monday marked the death of it. I wanted, at one point, I was making a new roster, but then I realized that this is too much for me. Like, I kept the same roster from the beginning of, or the end, or I had that roster throughout generally that whole roster throughout the entire, or I was either had that roster, developing that roster my entire senior year of high school. So I wasn't necessarily, like, I had a lot of time to actually work on. I had time to actually, you know, talk to people, do tryouts, get a really solid roster, do lots of scrims, all these different things, which was really, really helpful to have that time available to me. So I was able to do it, and the reason I was able to continue it through my freshman year of college was purely because I already had it done. Oh my, wait, never mind. I had already done it. I had to do maybe one or two tryouts per year, or per season rather. So I didn't have to go and, excuse me again, I didn't have to make a whole new roster every single time, which was really, made things really easy. And now that that is over and done with, there's nothing much more I can do with it. it's more of a dead thing. I don't have the time, the patience, really just the time. I'd love to be able to do it again. It was a lot of fun to do it for the 9 seasons I was a captain for, which may seem like a lot, but I might not have learned as much as I thought I would and give myself credit for. But you know, it was really fun while it was there, and it was a lot of fun to as a hobby. And now that that the team is now formally disbanded, as soon as the playoffs are over, I'm going to take the team off of the UGC, make sure everyone gets off of it, and then make sure people still get their medals, of course, for playing. I thanked everyone for playing a lot. It was really unfortunate to see it go. And that being that, I've honestly said this story at least 40 times in the past week, because it's just, it was so important to me, and I really feel bad that it died, and I feel like it's mostly my fault why it died, but I don't blame myself entirely for it. There are a few other members at the time who I think might have caused a few cracks and rivets in the synergy of the team, and it just kind of one thing led to another, and it just became more and more of a problem as things went on. That being that, though, last thing being my schedule. Now, with my schedule, I was talking about this earlier, that I was thinking about dropping down to doing 1 or 2 YouTube commentaries for Minecraft specifically, because they're relatively easy to produce. So I can at least still have uploads going out, and then have things like Team Fortress thrown in there, maybe Overwatch once they figure out the configurations of OBS for it. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to overwork myself again, because I do feel like it was that, running a team, having a job, it really led to my first semester of school literally being a shit show. Like, it was a shit show. Like, to put it in perspective, I failed 3 classes. And the whole length of me being in school, I failed 3 classes. Out of 8 classes, I failed 3. I think, at least it was 3 or 2. So it wasn't a good time, to say the least. Also, Red Team is just being destroyed right now. So I wanted to tone back a little bit on my schedule to make sure that I was actually available to do my schoolwork, rather than like suffer and try to get through the whole mess, and it would just be a huge cluster truck of a school semester that it was. Ow. There we go. You know, whether it being just a huge cluster truck that actually ended up happening or whatever, I wanted to make sure it didn't happen again, because it was a huge problem. I wasted probably close to $5,000 because of it. And I get that. So I figure that maybe it's time to tone back on a few things, especially the original intention was drop off a little bit on YouTube, drop off a little bit on TF2, you know, establish a co-captain who's actually available to help me with these things, and then work with it like that. Then, of course, I mean, my team is gone now, so there's nothing more I can really work with it. But maybe getting involved in our team would be fun. I think that it's a fun thing to do, but definitely for sure I'm spending a lot more time playing Overwatch right now. I figure if I'm going to spend the time, you know, learning another game, I might as well do it on a game like Overwatch, where there's, you know, actually money end game, and I'm not just going to get a candy bar, a handshake, and a participation trophy saying, hey, you played in our I-58 TF2 championship, you're one of the best players around, here's a candy bar, here's a Hershey's bar for your whole team to share. I hate to sound so cynical about it, but that's honestly what TF2 competitive is at a high level. It's just, hey, thanks for playing. There's no support from almost anyone to actually make an actual tournament, an actual prize pool that isn't a few $100. So, unfortunate. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that one day we'll see something like what someone proposed on the Reddit was, what if Valve sold crates for I-58 that made it so, you know, there was some money that Valve said, hey, I'm gonna sell crates, and then we're gonna put that money into the actual tournament, and then that'll be that. You know, maybe that'll be what it is, and maybe that'll work, and that'll be really cool. And that would, I mean, like that other stuff, that'd be really awesome if we actually got something like that. But I think the sniper realized that he's like, all right, well. We're just gonna win, I guess. Blow my conch, Taunton spawn. Yeah, like I said, I might get involved in our team, otherwise I might not. And then, like, for the tournament, maybe it'd be really cool if we actually got something like that actually in the game, so it wasn't something that was just so bland at the end. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video or liked the commentaries, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below so I actually know what people want me to do here. It is a bit of a struggle trying to figure out where people want me to go, what people want me to do, etc. So I appreciate the feedback if you have any feedback to give. So, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you fellas in the next video. Take it easy, guys.